All right, if you have a coolant leak on your TDI, around this side of the engine, on the driver's side of the engine or the left-hand side of the engine, down low you see coolant dripping, it's very likely your coolant temperature sensor. Now, the sensor is located in this aluminum piece here on the left-hand side of the engine, where all of the rad hoses kind of come together, and there's these glow plugs, these 12-volt glow plugs on some cars. And the coolant sensor is on the back here. Now you can change this without taking it off like I have, but I've taken it off just to show you a little bit better about what's going on. So there's 2 bolts, and of course the hoses to take this little aluminum piece off. I'm just going to pull it up here. I've drained the coolant, of course. Coolant will spill everywhere when you do this. But the sensor is located in this hole here, and it's kind of sitting in the back like that when it's on the car, but it's in the hole here. And the sensor just pushes in with an O-ring into here like this, and then it's held in with a little plastic clip that kind of comes up from the bottom. So you can change this with it on the car. It's messy because it spills coolant and it's hard to see. But you can see this is the old sensor, and it's kind of sloppy in there. So we were dripping coolant out of there, so you can turn it. It's kind of sloppy. The O-rings kind of dried up, I think. Oh, they got stuck in there. And it just needs to be replaced. These O-rings do go bad. The sensors go bad eventually. I was able to find a new sensor on Amazon for under 20 bucks with a new O-ring and also a new clip. The clips tend to get soft and maybe don't hold the thing in as good once they get a little bit older. So for under 20 bucks, all I needed was the seal really and a clip, which you can buy, but you may as well replace the sensor if you're going to go through all this. So to do this, and I'll do it up here and then put it on the car, this was positioned about like this so that the little tab was kind of facing me. Push that O-ring, get it seated all the way in. You'll feel it kind of pop in. And then the clip just comes up from the bottom. And it's a retaining clip. It just kind of holds things in place. So push that all the way up. And then that sensor is you can feel it's quite solid. That O-ring's compressed a little bit. And that's it. So we'll put it back together. There's a 4-pin electrical plug that plugs in here. And hopefully that fixes our coolant leak. So again, if you have coolant leak in this part of the engine, I mean, check all the hoses and everything, but very good chance, especially as these cars get older, that this little coolant sensor and the O-ring are leaking and kind of dripping down and soaking this side of the engine, maybe dripping down on the floor too. Anyway, thanks for watching. Common fix. A little bit messy, probably about 20 bucks. And there you go. Oh, one other interesting thing on these cars, if you're still with us here, still watching, thank you. There's these 3 little glow plugs, pretty cool. 12-volt glow plugs that help heat the coolant. Just show how they work here. I'll put 12 volts on them. And of course, here's the 3 little plugs that normally sit on there. And I'm not sure even how it works. I think it's when the coolant's cold, they run for a little bit, then they stop running. I don't think they run continuously as the coolant's running, but we just put, interestingly, I don't know if that's showing up on the camera, but it's glowing red hot in there. You can see a little bit of smoke as it's burning off some of that excess coolant. That's pretty cool. All 3 of these heat that coolant as it's flowing out of the engine. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps you with your coolant fix and your coolant leaks.